Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, coming at you with a practice report for Tuesday, April the 6th. But first, as always, look, you guys know the drill. You've been here before. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up just below the video. Just press it, smash it, destroy it, whatever you want to do. But I would greatly appreciate it if you do press that thumbs up. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more content as we continue to cover spring practice as well as a little bit of recruiting, planning to go live sometime this weekend, probably Sunday afternoon. So tune in for that. But let's get into it. I guess first, before we really get into the news and notes coming out of today's practice, I do want to mention this. This was a tweet put out by John Bryce, footballscoop.com. Says it sounds like Vol football is finalizing details and logistics to host open practice Saturday morning inside of Neyland Stadium beginning around 10. This is fantastic. I love this. He goes on to say it would be a smart goodwill gesture from Coach Heupel and the Vols, and I agree. Look, this program's been on lockdown for the last several staffs. It goes beyond Jeremy Pruitt. It goes back to Derek Dooley, Butch Jones. I guess it's top secret information, but Josh Heupel, Danny White, they seem to get it. Let's open up practice, let the fans come hang out, see what we're doing, create some hype going into this football season. Good decision, I think, by Coach Heupel in this football program. Also, I was going to get into practice, but then right before I got on here to make this video, I saw this, and I love this. I love this tweet from Kaidon Salter. Obviously, a lot of you saw the video that I made on him, and look, the reality is I said it in the video. I want him to learn. I want him to grow. I'm not giving up on this young man. I said it multiple times in that video that the mistakes that he has made will not define him. They will not. And Kaidon Salter just put this tweet out just a little bit ago, and it says, I just want to take this time, this opportunity to apologize to my team, my coaches, the Vol fans, and my parents for my negative choices. I know my choices disappointed many, but my end goal is to eliminate my distractions and get on the field and earn back my respect. Hashtag got to keep my pops proud. Hashtag level up. I love this. I love this. This is a great step for Kaidon Salter. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. He still has to, but he says it in the tweet. He's got to earn that respect back. And this young man understands that. We're talking about a man that is 18 years old. He's just a kid. He is a freshman. He is just a kid. We all made mistakes. We talked about it. When I put out the video, the comment section was flooded, talking about how all of us have made mistakes. This is a step in the right direction for Kaidon Salter. But now the ball's in your court, young man. You got to follow up. You got to continue to show this type of mindset, this type of attitude. Eliminate those distractions. If that means deleting Twitter, if that means getting off of Instagram, then you do that. Your focus needs to be this football program and your family. And prayers go out to your pops. I believe he is out of the coma. I believe he's doing better. And so prayers to the Salter family. But I like seeing this. It's a little thing, but it's a step in the right direction. So shout out to Kaidon Salter. We're behind you, kid. We're pulling for you. And like I said, prayers for your pops. Now let's get into spring practice today. The first thing that I wanted to look at when it comes to spring practice, when it comes to this practice in particular, was the inside linebacker position. I was wanting to see who's out there, what's going on, all the negative press this week, and I don't have to get into that. I don't have to talk about it, but this is a position group that I want to continue to watch. It sounds like Quasi Garland and Morvin Joseph were out there leading the charge, and Morvin Joseph is a guy. I know we talked about Willis. We talked about, Roman Harrison, if he can shift inside, guys that can step up, fill that void once Aaron Willis, if he does get back on this football team. But Morvin Joseph is a guy that's there. He's putting in the work. He looks great. The dude is in fantastic shape. Maybe he can step up and he can capitalize on these mistakes made by other players. Jeremy Banks, Roman Harrison, both dressed out but limited. Then we jump over to the offensive line. Big Dane Davis continues to turn heads. Definitely looks the part of an SEC lineman. We'll see how that translates onto the field of play. Another name that keeps coming up as well is Darnell Wright, and that's a guy that I called out by name. I called him out by name a couple of weeks ago, and how this football program needs him to step up and deliver. And we continue to hear that he is doing that. AustinPriceBallQuest.com says that Darnell Wright looks to be in the best shape of his career at Tennessee. You like to hear it. You like to hear it. This offensive line group continues to shuffle around, but we also see Cade Mays continues to work at right tackle, which is interesting to me. Very interesting. When you look at this group across the board, it appears the ones are Big Dane Davis on the left tackle. You got Spraggins working left guard, Cooper Mays at center, Carvin at right guard, and Cade Mays at right tackle, which is interesting that, we're hearing all this hype around Darnell Wright. And don't get me wrong, I know it's early. It is early in spring. They're going to move guys around. They're going to get guys work. But it's interesting that Cade Mays, you would think you would slide him into, right guard, where I think he is probably the best fit at right guard, especially when you've got Darnell Wright, showing promise. But we'll continue to follow it. We'll see what happens with that offensive line group. But I do like seeing Dane Davis continue to get praise. I love hearing that. The wide receiver group, Jimmy Callaway continues to shine at wide receiver. We saw the clip, I guess it was last week, showing off his speed. But every time the media has access to practice, we hear about Jimmy Callaway and how things are starting to click, which is huge for this wide receiver group. I think it's obvious that Velus Jones is the leader of this group, and he should have a huge opportunity to put up some PlayStation type numbers in this offense. And then you look at Jalen Hyatt, who, he has shown it on the field against SEC opponents that he can deliver on game day. So it's nice to have a third guy like a Jimmy Callaway that's going to step up. He's stepping up. And again, we always have those guys, right? We always have those guys in spring practice. We talk about how they're balling out. They're doing this, they're doing that. And then fall comes around and those guys disappear. So I hope that's not the case with Jimmy Callaway. But we've heard about his speed. We've heard about the athletic potential that this kid has. So if it's starting to click for him mentally, that's a good sign for Josh Heupel's offense. The last thing, just the quarterbacks. Josh Heupel continues to play the merry-go-round, shaking things up. And again, it doesn't matter. It's just fun to follow. But the quarterback rotation today, we had Brian Maurer out there with the ones, Harrison Bailey with the twos, Hendon Hooker actually third in line, which I think that's a first. I think Hendon Hooker has led the charge all spring long. So interesting there that Brian Maurer, and hey, Brian Maurer could work himself into a starting job. And I know some of you say that I'm crazy. Some of you say that Brian Maurer can go elsewhere. Some of you don't like Brian Maurer. And I get it. I get it. I've shown the tweet more times than I care to mention. So I get your frustration with Brian Maurer. I think it's obvious he has athletic talent. Can he get it mentally? Can he get it between the ears? Can he stay healthy? That's another question. Can Brian Maurer stay healthy if he finds a way to win the starting job? But it was interesting to see that Hendon Hooker took reps third. Very, very interesting. He's still my guy. I still think he has every opportunity to win this job. Kaidon Salter, I like the tweet. I like the tweet today. Curious to see when he gets back on the field of play. I think it will be sooner rather than later. And that's where he needs to be. I think he needs to be surrounded by his teammates back on the practice field. I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Make sure you do smash that like button on the way out the door. I think Jerry Mack was supposed to speak to the media. I was kind of waiting around to see if that happened. It's not happened as of yet. And also, I believe that Willie Martinez was scheduled to speak to the media. So I'll be keeping up with that, probably dropping some content tomorrow. Let me know. What do you guys want? Do you guys want more practice reports, more speculation, breaking down different position groups? Do you want more recruiting? We did the recruiting spotlight where we kind of just focus on one player. We're going to continue to do that, but leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys want as far as content goes. Again, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you want to show some love our way, you can do that here. It's the Talkin VAWLS merch store. The link is in the description below. We got the Mount Rushmore shirts, Talkin VAWLS coffee mugs, old school logo merch. We're working on some new designs. This old egghead shirt is going away soon. So if you want that, if for some reason you don't like the indie kid, you can pick up that old shirt. And we've also got my favorite, the Talkin VAWLS State Pride merch, available in all kinds of colors. You guys can see it down here. Multiple colors available, as well as the Talkin VAWLS Hoops shirts. But that's it. That's going to wrap it up for this video. I appreciate you guys. You show up and you show out You always support this channel. You guys make this channel what it is. I can't wait to go live this weekend, talk to you guys, get your opinions on this, the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, all the controversy, the drama. We're going to talk about it. But I am Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
How like me, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we draw.